York Giants are bringing back veteran wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. The Rams have acquired Miles
the Eagles
Garrett.
Send A.J. Brown to the Patriots.
Minnesota and Kyler Murray have agreed to a one-year deal for the veteran.
Caleb Downs is about that life every single snap. Yes.
Last time I looked to my right, you niggas was standing beside me. How can some people I love hang around pussies who try me? Let's go. What did I miss? What did I miss?
Are the Dallas Cowboys this season's breakout NFL team? Let's take a look into this roster. Look at the offense. It's a pretty great unit, obviously. One of the better units in all of football. Got Dak Prescott coming back off of an MVP caliber campaign. Javonte Williams is still an above average running back. You get this receiving core. It's the best wide receiver duo in the entire league. CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens are a dangerous weapon. CeeDee Lamb, great slot receiver. Also can succeed on the outside, which is what I think separates this unit to me from Nacua and Devontae Adams. When you look at Puka Nacua, yes, he can win on the outside, but not at the level that CeeDee Lamb can. And I think CeeDee, not as good as Puka in the slot, but still one of the best slot receivers in all of football. And then you look at George Pickens, who, if you've been looking at the Cowboys closely, Brian Schottenheimer's talking about putting him in the slot a little bit more. That would turn him into sort of a Devontae Adams type player. I think right now, George Pickens is a better wide receiver than Devontae Adams. One of the best receivers in all of football, probably top 10, top 5 type player. Ryan Flournoy, to me, is the guy kind of holding this group back from being the next level, you know, a legendary type with Ryan Flournoy. Ryan Flournoy is a really good 3. As a receiver himself, he's just solid, maybe average in this league. He kind of reminds me of Josh Palmer. He can play in the slot, he can play outside, but he's not going to make your room better. And then you have Ferguson, who a couple years ago, Jake Ferguson was a top 10, top 12 tight end in this league, but he just hasn't been able to regain that type of play in the last 2-3 years due to that injury that he suffered a while ago. If he can hold on to the ball and stop fumbling, that's been the biggest issue for him. It's just the fumbles, and he's not making the tackle breaks that he used to. If he can clean that up, then all of a sudden you're looking at a unit that can be regarded as one of the best units of not just this season, but one of the last 5-10 years. Then look at this offensive line. Tyler Guyton hasn't lived up to expectations for the Dallas Cowboys since they drafted him in the first round. He has been a bit of a disappointment. He can't stay healthy, and he's not a very good pass protector. His run blocking is very good. He's one of the better run blocking left tackles in the league when he's healthy. That's the issue, when he's healthy. Right tackle Terrence Steele is dumpster fire. Terrence Steele's not good. He's relative to the rest of the NFL, he's fine. Because right tackle in the NFL and left tackle in the NFL, they're just spots that everyone's looking to replace. Nobody has the guy that they want. Look at the interior O-line for the Cowboys, though. It's stout. I think it's one of the best interior O-lines in all of football, maybe the best. Tyler Smith and Tyler Booker are 2 great power blockers. This is the best power blocking unit in football. Tyler Smith was graded as the #1 guard in all of football by NFL execs and coaches. And then you have Tyler Booker going into year 2, who according to execs is just outside of the top 10 rankings as one of the best guards in all of football. And to be that high as a rookie tells me that going into year 2, he can take a step forward. If he takes a step forward, looking at a guy who's taking a step into the elite tier of offensive guards. And you have Smith and Beebe and Booker on the interior of your offensive line. You're looking at one of the better units in all of football, maybe the best unit in all of football, as long as Tyler Guyton can just be solid for them, because every unit has one guy who they think they need to replace. And if that one guy is Terrence Steele, so be it. If the rest of those 4 guys are at least good, and those 3 guys in the middle are elite, you're looking at a great unit. And this could be the best offensive line Dak Prescott's ever seen since his rookie season. And you've got his best O-line since his rookie year, but his rookie year, what did Dak have? Des Bryant and Cole Beasley. Those guys were mediocre, to be honest. Let's just be real here. That's a mediocre group. But Dak Prescott was able to make that work because he had Ezekiel Elliott and the best O-line in football. You give him a top 5 O-line in football with this receiving core and this running back room, watch out. Now we look at this defense, and this is where the problems kind of start. But I think this unit's a lot better than it was last season. Quentin Williams, best player on this defense by far. He is an all-pro caliber defensive tackle when he's at his best. Tito Ogbanya, not a big name, but he's a solid football player. He's not going to change the world, but he's not going to bring your team down either. You go to Kenny Clark, good player. They traded for him in the Michael Parsons trade. I think people kind of look too much into that. You know, oh, he's part of Michael Parsons trade. He has to have this giant impact. No, not really. He just needs to be good. He just needs to have a impact. The point of the Michael Parsons trade was to build the defense for the future. And they've done that now. At least they've started. There's a linebacker room, much improved from last year, still has room to grow. DeMarvion Overshown, if he can stay healthy, DeMarvion Overshown is one of the best linebackers in football when healthy. Off-ball linebackers. He's rangy. He's got great instincts. He can cover. He forces turnovers. I mean, when healthy, DeMarvion Overshown can do everything that you see a Jahad Campbell do. And Jahad Campbell had a phenomenal season last year for Philadelphia. So if he can stay healthy and you get that type of play, that guy alone can uplift this defense. And D Winters, if D Winters can just stay consistent on a higher snap count, him and Overshown is a good linebacker duo. And then you've got Jayshon Parham, drafted by the Cowboys this upcoming season. He's going to be kind of more of a pass rusher linebacker hybrid. Kind of think that Micah Parsons role. And in this cornerback room, Savone Revel and De'Aaron Bland, that's the question. Both guys have not been able to stay healthy. And Revel, healthy for you last year, but of course coming off of an ACL tear. But when you look at Revel, he looks a lot better going into this year, just seeing the way he can move in his videos that he's posted versus the way he can move last year. They didn't even want to post videos. Last year, they actually removed the post last year because of how bad he looked moving in the preseason or in training camp. So if Revel can take that step forward to what we all know he can be, and if you follow the draft, you know Savone Revel could have been a first round pick, top 15 pick, if not for the ACL tear. He was that good. And then you have Bland, who, if he can get healthy, and we learn also that Eberflus was the problem and not De'Aaron Bland, looking at a really good corner. It's a big if, though. And in the safety room, so much better. So much better. Jalen Thompson is very good. Very good safety. There's no hole in his game, really. He's a force multiplier type player. Not elite, but for a unit for the Cowboys that was mediocre last season, for that type of unit, he is a force multiplier. And then you have Malik Hooker, who's just solid. He doesn't do anything great, but he does something bad. But he's not going to be so bad that you can't win with him. DJ Locke is the guy who you point to and say, okay, Malik Hooker continues to struggle in run defense. Maybe you just let DJ Locke start over Malik Hooker. Or maybe you kind of make him 50-50 snap count. I think Christian Parker is the guy who you need to look at. Coming from Philadelphia, he was kind of thought of this, kind of defensive guru for the defensive backs. And yes, there's plenty of evidence to back this up. I mean, he was in Denver when they drafted Patrick Surtain and turned him into the best cornerback in all of football. He went to Philadelphia and developed Cooper DeJean and Devin Witherspoon in just a year and turned them into one of the best cornerback tandems in all of football. Led them to a championship because of those two, really. And then Reed Blankenship as well. So now he comes to Dallas and guess who he goes and gets? He goes and gets Caleb Downs. And he brings in a guy in Devin Moore, who no one's really talking about, but Devin Moore could potentially be the guy who pushes out whichever cornerback on this team does not live up to expectations if someone does not do that, whether it's Savone Revel or De'Aaron. If Christian Parker can continue to be that guy as a defensive coordinator, but also bring in that Vic Fangio style defense, Christian Parker can very well be one of the best defensive coordinators in all of football. So the question is, will the Dallas Cowboys finally get over the hump and reach an NFC championship? Well, they're second in my NFC rankings. So the answer for me would be yes.